So the ongoing phenomenon of Hillbullying continues. So many of my viewers have sent in voice messages telling me that they've been effectively shamed or bullied for not supporting Hillary Clinton and for supporting Jill Stein. So the first voicemail is from someone named Glenn Brown, who told me that he was basically called an idiot for wanting to support Jill Stein. Let's listen.
Yes, my name is Glenn Brown. I'm calling to let you know I had called a talk show earlier today and tried to explain why it is I was not voting for Hillary Clinton here in Florida because of what happened to Bernie Sanders in the primaries. And I was basically told I called a fucking idiot. I just want to let you know this to show that the crap a lot of us are taking who do not support Hillary on the left. Thank you.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for the message, Glenn. Look, I'm sorry that you were treated that way. Nobody should be talked down to for making a very difficult decision and voting for someone. The fact that you're voting in general, I think, is a good thing. And Democrats always talk about how turnout's low and this hurts them and helps Republicans, and that's true. But you're not going to help increase turnout if you shame people for getting out to vote to begin with. Even if it's the case that people like you, Glenn, are voting for Jill Stein, I mean, you still can help Democrats by voting for them at the local level if you see Democrats like Zephyr Teachout, for example. I know she's not in your state, but by supporting her. So they should never shame anyone for voting against the candidate of their choice, regardless of what state you're in. You're making a principled choice. You're making a decision that I think a lot of people have thought long and hard about if they are in swing states, and that's your decision. Don't let anybody shame you into doing otherwise. If someone wants to vote for Hillary Clinton to defeat Donald Trump in a swing state, I totally get that. I can rationalize that. But again, I mean, Hillary Clinton rigged the primary, so if they want to vote against Hillary Clinton and support Jill Stein in a swing state, who am I to tell them in a deep blue state where my vote isn't really going to matter that they shouldn't do that? I think that you should really come to the decision on your own accord. Think about whether you care more about defeating Donald Trump or voting against Hillary Clinton and helping Jill Stein reach 5%. That's really what you're choosing between now. 5% for the Greens or defeating Donald Trump. And whatever is your decision is your decision. So you shouldn't have been called a name like that. It's just not fair. Now, my second message here is from Alfonso, who says he was shamed for being a Jill Stein supporter.
Hi, Mike. My name is Alfonso. I'm 14, and I live in Michigan. And I hate both of the candidates for president right now. I hate Hillary, and I hate Trump because they are both terrible politicians with terrible policies. And if I would be able to vote, then I would only vote for Jill Stein, and neither Hillary or Trump. But a lot of people that I know support Hillary because they don't want Trump to win. They're progressives. They were supporters of Bernie during the primaries, but they're voting for Hillary because they want to stop Trump from winning. And they shame me for supporting Jill because they think that, oh, if you were able to vote, you'd be casting a wasted vote. And you wouldn't be able to, you would be bringing Trump closer to the White House. So I can never bring arguments to combat that. So I was wondering if you would be able to help me and maybe other people who wanted to defend themselves.
Thanks for the message, Alfonso. So here's what I would tell them. I would say if you truly are progressive and you care about progressive policies, you cannot support the Democratic Party no matter what. You cannot support the Democratic Party every single election, because if you do, you are giving them permission to rig future elections against progressives. So if you support Hillary Clinton now after they rigged the primary against Bernie Sanders, a true progressive, then in the future, 8, maybe 12 years down the line, if Tulsi Gabbard or Nina Turner decide to run, they're going to think, well, they supported the Democratic nominee no matter what back in 2016, so we can rig it against the progressive, Tulsi Gabbard, for example, again, and they're still going to fall in line. So by actually being principled and taking a stand and supporting Jill Stein, if you could vote for her, then you're drawing a line in the sand and telling Democrats if they want your vote, they have to earn it. They can't be shady. They can't rig the elections. They actually have to put forward progressive candidates and not establishment insiders like Hillary Clinton. So that's what I would say. That's just me. There are many arguments that would resonate with different types of people. It's really difficult to gauge, but in the end, what matters is that you're supporting the candidate that is speaking to you, that you want to support. Don't support anyone like Donald Trump who would actually harm the country. I mean, by supporting Jill Stein, you're saying this is the type of policies that I want. You're telling the Democrats that if they don't be like the Green Party, then the Green Party is going to get your votes, not Democrats. So that's what I would say. But again, look, here's the takeaway. If you want to support Jill Stein, you have a right to do that. This is a free country, and by discouraging people from supporting the candidate that they like and by voting their conscience, they're discouraging turnout. And in the end, that will hurt Democrats and help Republicans. So they should not discourage people from voting for the candidate that inspires them. This is going to backfire on them and they don't realize it. So the Hillbullying has got to stop.